Welcome back, guys. Tonight I am making something really special. Let me just adjust my camera here. I apologize. For a special friend, Miss Kylie. I am going to, well, I'm making it for myself too, but there's going to be a lot left over, and I wanted somebody to try a recipe that I just found. And it is spaghetti squash Alfredo. So of course you have spaghetti squash. Guys, I bought this. I use Farm Fresh to You. I typically use it more in the summer and then the fall, and not so much in the winter. And I got this spaghetti squash. It was like the end of, it was the end of the fall season. So I got, and it's still good. I've just kept it, you know, in a cool place, and it's amazing. So anyways, so I'm gonna make spaghetti squash Alfredo, not with your typical Alfredo sauce. I mean, I will use cheese once in a while. Again, it's not something that I eat all the time, but every now and again I do. But today I'm making it with almonds. So it's an Alfredo sauce, and the ingredients are 1 cup of almonds. So you can soak the almonds overnight to blend them the next day, or you can take, what I'm using is 1 cup of unsalted raw cashews, and I'm boiling it in, I used 3 cups. So you can use 2 to 3 cups of water, and you boil the cashews to help soften them for 30 to 60 minutes, really. I know it's a broad range there, but and I usually soak my almonds overnight when I make a sauce with them. But I figured, I found this recipe from, it's actually, I follow this woman, her name is Sally Clarkson. She's amazing, and I follow her, and I got it from her website, lifewithsally.com. So you should check that out. It's pretty awesome. I have several of her books, and I love them. She has a lot of books about like the home, and you know, our table being a place that is giving life to of course ourselves, but our family. So I really love that, and I love her books. She's got a new one too coming out in August, I think. Any Hoosers, getting sidetracked. It's called Waking Wonder, so I can't wait to get that one too. Back to the ingredients. So that's the cashews, so I'm trying that in here this time. And then the spaghetti squash, of course. And what I'll do is I'll season my spaghetti squash with 1 to 2 teaspoons, there it is, of, not in this order either. Of course, let's do it in the order. So I'm gonna use a little bit of my organic olive oil. This is one of my favorite olive oils. I actually got this from Thrive Market. So I will just a little bit, and then just brush it on there with my handy dandy brush right here. And then I will put on the 1 to 2 teaspoons of, I use organic Italian seasoning. And then of course salt and pepper, and my cute little mason jar salt and pepper shakers. They're pretty awesome. Okay, so that'll be for the spaghetti squash here. And then I'm gonna cook that probably 50 minutes to an hour. I'll check it, you know, just kind of poke it with a fork more towards the end and see how good it is, if it's ready. And again, I don't just cook on my baking sheets. I use parchment paper for everything because it makes cleanup so easy. So easy. So that will be the squash. So I'll do that, and then I'll put it in the oven. But for the Alfredo ingredients, so this is a little bit different. So you'll take the raw cashews, and then I'll put them in my Vitamix blender that is over there. We'll do that later because they're not done. And you make the Alfredo sauce more towards the end when your spaghetti squash is almost done. So in there, it's going to be the 1 cup of the cashews, and then I use nutritional yeast. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but it's pretty good. It kind of tastes like cheese, so but I love it, and my kids actually love it too. So We had some pasta, gluten-free pasta the other night with like, it was an eggplant sauce. Man, it was so good. I got it from the farmer's market that is at my work. So that's good. So nutritional yeast, it'll be 2 tablespoons of this with the cashews, and then it says 1 to 2, but I'm gonna use 2. They're so cute. Little garlics. Hello. So we're gonna use 1 to 2 of those. I'm using 2 because I love garlic. And then it is 1 tablespoon of a lemon. So I probably won't use this whole lemon, but I'll use it in my handy dandy little lemon squeezer, which I love this thing. So easy. And then about a half a teaspoon of salt will go into the sauce. And then I'm gonna use 3/4 cup unsweetened almond milk. And my favorite almond milk that I use that froths just like if you were using milk or half and half. Guys, I used to drink my lattes like a latte, 2 of them a day with half and half. And it's like, it's amazing flavor, but it just wasn't, you know, my body was, every time I would drink it, I would just be like, this does not taste good anymore like it used to. And I'm glad I listened because, you know, it was just a matter of a switch of the milk that I used. And I had tried using almond milk before, and I was like, this is disgusting. I am never drinking a latte with almond milk. But it was really finding the right almond milk, and I finally found one, you know, at Whole Foods. And of course I loved it because my body was like, yes, because it wanted something different. Oh, check it out. Got my nails done today. I don't know if you can see them. Yes, those are my real nails. They're real. I got, so Citali is not here right now. She went to the store with her dad. We went and got our nails done, and I saw this super cute design. I don't even know if you can see it. You can see it in there. Look it, it's ombre. Ooh, so lovely. They are actually lovely. So that is the sauce. That's the Alfredo sauce. So I will get this cooking, and then when I'm making the Alfredo sauce, I will see you guys back here in my kitchen. Change of plans. Here I am, I'm back. This is not done, guys, because I thought what was important. So what I did is I just took a little bit of my olive oil here, and then I just put it in our little spaghetti squash boats. And I'm just gonna, you know, get the olive oil, and I used like the tiniest bit in here, and because I thought it would be important to show you how I cook my spaghetti squash, which is probably how many of you cook your spaghetti squash. I do not wrap my spaghetti squash in anything. I season it, and then I literally just take it, flip it over, and then I'm gonna bake it in the oven. And it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So, and we're using lemons. That is it. So I'm just going to, and you know me, I need a towel. Be right back, guys. And a back. I'm not gonna measure, guys. I'm just gonna eyeball it. I'm just gonna guess, because it's fun. Why not? Just kind of sprinkle it on. So it's like 1 to 2 teaspoons, which is a lot, but it's gonna be so good. I can't wait to try this. I can't wait for my friend Kylie to try it, because I want to know, like, hey, you know, how good is it, and what can I do next time to change up the recipe, especially with the sauce, because this is the first time I've made the sauce with the nutritional yeast. Before I would just kind of leave it out and make it, but I think it's going to be good because I absolutely love nutritional yeast. I usually put it on my pastas because it's like it's cheese, and like I said, it's not like I have anything against, you know, cheese. I just don't eat it that much. So this is seasoned, and now I will see you guys back in a bit. All right, guys, we're back. It took a little while. Of course, it took an hour to cook the spaghetti squash, which it's over here. So I just took that out of the oven. I kind of already started a little bit. So in here, I strained the cashews that were in the pot boiling. I did it for like 45 minutes and then just turned it off and left it in the water. I put the 3/4 cup of almond milk in here. So what else is gonna go in here is the 2 garlic cloves. And what I do is I just cut the ends off. You can see it. I just cut the ends off of my garlic, and I don't even peel it because the Vitamix blender, if you have Blendtec too, that's a pretty amazing blender. And I throw those in there like that. And then I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of the nutritional yeast right here. This is the brand I get, Bragg. I get it from Whole Foods. So 2 tablespoons. So I found my half a tablespoon, so we're gonna do it. This is gonna be so good. Okay, so the 2 tablespoons of the nutritional yeast, and then 1 tablespoon, and I have a fresh squeezed lemon, so I'm gonna put that in there. And then it is a half a teaspoon of salt, so I'll put that in there. And I am measuring right now, especially with the salt. I try to, because I don't want too much in there. Half a teaspoon of salt, and I think that's it. Yep, so we have the 1 cup of the raw cashews, and then 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, 1 to 2 garlic cloves. I'm using 2. 1 tablespoon of a fresh squeezed lemon is what I like to use, and then a half a teaspoon of salt, and then 3/4 cup of unsweetened almond milk, or other dairy-free milk, or if you're using milk, or if you're making I make an amazing Alfredo sauce that I do use heavy whipping cream and Parmesan cheese. So good, and it's so easy. It's literally butter, heavy whipping cream, Parmesan cheese, a sprinkle of pepper, and then what I do is I take the tiniest pinch of nutmeg, and for some reason it makes the flavor of it so good. And I usually make it that way when I'm making crab Alfredo, which my family loves. So it's delicious. You can use it for chicken Alfredo too. Also for this recipe, I wanted to say you can add, I have chicken in the fridge, but I'm not adding chicken to it. I'm just gonna eat it just like this. So I'm gonna blend this up in my blender, and I'm gonna turn it off because it's super loud. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm done blending it up. Here it is in here. I don't know if you can really see it, but I'm actually it's actually pretty thick. It's like a cheese sauce, like an Alfredo sauce, but just so you can see how thick it is. So it's pretty thick. I ended up adding like another splash of the almond milk because it was pretty thick. So I'll end up having to scrape it out. I'm not gonna mix this in with the spaghetti squash. I'm just going to keep it in this jar, and then however much I need then, but look at that. It's actually quite a bit. Look at it, and let's see. That's really good. It has a lot of like garlicky flavor, which is, I mean, I can't wait to try it I'm gonna try it. There's still quite a bit actually left in my blender, so I don't know if you guys can see this. That's pretty hot. Let's grab this. Here, let's show you the spaghetti squash. Look at that. It looks so good. So that's after baking it, and you can kind of see, like I'm just squeezing it. It's actually pretty soft. But when you see it in the oven and it's upside down, for me, I've noticed that once you see it kind of like moving down, that it's done. So it's about 50 to 60 minutes, depending on if you have a smaller one, maybe it's less. So all I'm gonna do is take two forks, and then I'm just gonna pull, and that's it. And so just doing this, and so I'm getting all of that Italian seasoning and the salt and the pepper, and all mixed into this. So you're gonna have the flavor of the cheese sauce, but I love it. It's gonna be delicious. You're gonna have all that seasoning that you cooked it with, and this is so easy to pull this up. I'm like actually just kind of putting the fork on the underside of it, and it's pulling it right up. So, but I want to mix it in a little bit, and then I'm gonna put some right here in this bowl so we can try this and see how amazing it's going to be, because it's going to be amazing. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit of this sauce that's in here. And so because it's hot, like look at that, that looks so good, look. It's so good. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this here, because there's actually still quite a bit. And I'm gonna just put it on top. And then I'm gonna try it. I'd have Keegan try it, but he's playing Minecraft right now, so. All right, let's give this a taste. I'll just use my little fork over here. I'm just gonna kind of mix it, not too much, a little bit, and then I'm gonna try it. Let's see how good it's gonna be. My mouth is literally watering right now because I can't wait to try this. My goodness. Guys, this is my first time trying this. I mean, I make butternut squash, or I make this spaghetti squash all the time, but this is my first time trying it with this new, this different kind of sauce. So usually I just eat it plain with a little bit of salt and pepper, and I absolutely love it. But this is delicious. I could sit here and eat this whole thing here while you guys watch. So good. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit like or subscribe, and make sure you check out my website, thejoyofcooking.org. Thanks guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.